Yo, 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 what's up, people? How's everybody doing? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Let me quickly pull it up on my phone here so I can see the chat. How's everybody doing? Oh boy. Well, I guess I'll start off by saying this is the first time I've invested in the UVXY. I only have 15 shares and my account is pretty small. So I'm not saying anything like I'm an expert on any of this, so but we'll see how this goes. It's all by design, pals. Well, like in the sense the market crash, or are you saying that like the market is just they're trying to get people to sell, fear sell, they buy up the shares on cheap, right? But I imagine that they could wait on that, right? I mean, they could also just be buying on the way down. But if you're talking about the market crash in a sense, yeah, of course. I mean, it's not like they're hiding it. Jerome Powell literally said that they were going to do it, so like I guess that's just part of it, you know. But would you look at this, guys? I'm pretty sure Michael Burry was right the entire time, dude. Hey, what's up, Henry? How you doing? Yeah, I haven't actually streamed during market hours yet, so I want to give it a go. You know, today was pretty slow. I bought into UVXY, so I was like, you know what? Let's give it a go. Let's see how this goes if I go live right now. So, I hope everyone's having a good day. If you can, give it a little like, guys. I'd appreciate that. But yeah, I'm curious to see what people think. You know, oh wow, okay, the UVXY is moving up. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, dude, the amount of like fighting that's going on within the market is crazy right now. People are legitimately fighting over like who. Like, oh no, everything's going down, everything's tanking. Well, would you look at that, guys? I'm up on my UVXY. First time buying it. I'm telling you, the volatility is coming into the market, dude. This is going to be crazy. Oh, the good old 666. Too bad I can't pull up the church on this stream. But I honestly think that I think we're on the way down. I think like what the S&P, the S&P just turned red. It was green for a moment earlier, and there are a lot of people who are still very quote unquote bullish on the market. I don't see how that could be the case. They're like, yeah, the Federal Reserve is coming in to save us. How? Where? That's not going to happen. Why would that ever happen? They literally had a Congress hearing, and they go, so how many times has the Federal Reserve actually helped the market? 0. And the people are like, well, guys, they saved the banks. We're bullish. I'm sorry. I have to completely disagree with that sentiment. That sentiment is, I think it's childish in my mind. It's crazy. People psychologically can't like take into account the fact that the market actually might crash. You know, and like I imagine ever since the locking keys, if you know what I mean by that, the lockdowns, whatever, I'll just say lockdowns. Like, I can't really get striked for saying lockdowns, can I? I hope. But yeah, the as soon as we entered into the lockdowns, I knew it was pretty much game over. Like I remember there was this chart that was going around Twitter. And they were trying to estimate the total deaths from COVID versus if they shut down the economy, right? If we went into a recession. Oh, crap. I just said the word. Well, the cough 19. That's what I meant to say. They were trying to essentially speculate on what would cause more deaths, a recession or a lockdown. And most of the reports came out that the lockdowns would cause more deaths, right? Because economic instability leads to turmoil. Turmoil leads to chaos. Chaos leads to death, right? If you can't support your system, your setup, then like I guess that's how it goes, you know? And by the way, if you're watching this, don't take this as a sort of like, well, I invested in the UVXY, so I think everything's just gonna crash. No, like I want it to go down. I don't want things to go down, right? But that's where we're heading. That is like, in all honesty, right? It's just how the market works. It's just how the market works. You know, and I've positioned myself for the last couple of months for this moment, right? So it's not like this is something new. I've been talking about this pretty much since like 2020, right? And what surprised me the most was when the stock market kept going up. It really confused me, to be honest, right? Because I'm a new trader. I'm pretty new to the market. And I was just sitting there thinking to myself, like, this makes no sense. And everyone's like, no, it's fine. We're printing money. It's like, yeah, well, during inflation, assets get inflated because that's where people try to pour in their money, and then things go awry and things start crashing. So I guess that's just how the world works. You know, people don't want to admit it's over until it's actually over. But yeah, no. So let's look at here. So the banks, FRC. I know a couple of people bought into FRC. They think it's gonna go back up, which is fair enough. Charles Schwab took a hit. I mean, look at this, dude. I mean, dude, the bank ETF is down 7%, and it was down another like 5%, or I think 10% the day before. Like, we're kind of on our way down, right? The chain reactions are about to kind of come in. The SBY is still fighting for green, I guess, in this scenario. Oh wait, let me do this. Do the SPY. What else should we do? Let's do bank, because I think the bank ETF kind of highlights where we are going in the market. Is there anything that's like really positive that we... Is there anything that could indicate that we're still doing well? You know, let's pull up Apple. I know Apple had a rally. Oh, never mind. Jesus Christ. Excuse me. We'll do all 5 minutes here. I mean, this is the situation that we're in, right? I'm just curious to see. I've never really played this type of volatility. I don't even have the intuition to deal with the market as of right now. You know, there are a lot of older people who kind of understand the way the things are gonna go. Thank you, Henry. Yes, sir. It's not rocket science. But you know, so over the weekend I was watching a bunch of videos, and you know, I watched videos of people who were bullish because of the bailouts that occurred. You know, they were like, guys, don't worry, this is a bailout. We're everything's fine. People are going to be able to get their money. But if you actually look into the SVB situation, right? One of the things about SVB. Oh wait, actually, that's probably the well. No, SVB is still halted, but the issue with SVB was the fact that most of the people who deposited their money in there weren't consumers. They were businesses, startups, right? And a lot of startups weren't able to. A lot of startups right now aren't able to pay their employees. They don't have access to the funds to pay their employees, right? Because when the government or an institution from the government takes over a bank, right? Those assets are still frozen. It's still not necessarily accessible, right? And people on Wall Street are probably going to be trying to underbid all of the assets, so you're not going to get as much money as the actual bank is quote unquote valued at. So like you have all these things kind of going against it, right? And if you can't make payroll, right, then people are working for free, and people don't want to work for free. So they're either going to start looking for new jobs, or there just won't be enough jobs within the market, right? So, and then they have to take out debt, which in turn makes it's a spiral. And I think people who are like, okay, what is the bullish thesis? Okay, the Federal Reserve bailed out the banks. Okay, so people can still access their money, right? But how do you say there's a knock-on effect, right? When value is decreased from the overall, when you have $1 trillion or $2 trillion that vanish from the market, right? That impacts everything. People have to cover their margin. People have already sold out and they're allocating their money to somewhere else. Like, all this volatility and shift within the market is the issue in itself, right? This whole panic situation is essentially it's the psychology of the market that will bring down the market. It's not that maybe the market's fine, right? Maybe unemployment and all of these. I know there's a bunch of data that's set to be released this week, and fair enough, right? Those numbers might be good, but that doesn't bar from the fact that there is shifts going on in the market, right? One of the not The Big Short, Margin Call, I think that's the movie, right? One of the issues with Margin Call was that it only takes one institution. It takes one institution to recognize, like, screw it, I don't want to be holding these. We're going to offload everything. We're going to de-risk, right? That's essentially what people are doing right now. They're de-risking. And because people are de-risking, the market slowly starts to crumble down. Now, does that mean we're going to get an initial flash crash? I don't know. We'll see. It's part of the game, right? But this is all speculation, obviously. Like, this is not financial advice. I'm trying to talk myself through the market and how things operate, because this is the first time I've consciously experienced this while I'm trading within the market. So, but like for example, the fact that Silvergate is back up, right? Well, I don't know, because maybe it's because of crypto. Actually, that reminds me. Let's take a look at some BTCM. BTCM is going. It's interesting, the fact, like, this is where we start getting into the realm of, like, I had a couple of discussions years ago with some friends who are heavily invested within crypto, and we were discussing the fact that once the market starts kind of going down is when people will start shifting over to crypto, right? Because like right now, crypto has been following the overall market, right? But when people start panicking and people are trying to pull out their money and they're trying to move their money into crypto, right? That's when people start to essentially, that's when crypto gets accelerated, right? Because you have all this money coming back into the market. That means everything within the crypto industry is going to be pumping back up. Overall, right? And all of these, I mean, that also gives breeding ground for scams and things like that. So that'll be interesting to see. But I'm really curious. This is going to be a big shift within the market. I think this is where crypto really has the opportunity to establish itself within the overall market. You know, I really do believe that There is a place for crypto within the economy. And I think people who underestimate that or try to shove that under the rug, I think that they don't fully understand what crypto is, right? Now, do I think there are downsides of crypto? 100%. 100%. Right? I think, first of all, there are a lot of scammers within crypto, which is a massive issue, right? I mean, Jesus Christ, Logan Paul scammed his own fans and nobody has done anything, right? I mean, not to even mention FTX, right? That's an obvious one. But yeah, so that's one issue. You also have the issue of the fact that a lot of institutions and a lot of these, elites, quote unquote, these people within positions of power, right? Who not everyone's money is clean, right? There are a lot of people who make deals behind people's backs and they receive money from unsavory areas. And crypto is based off of transparency. So, and there are plenty of people within today's world that don't want transparency. So I think that's also one of the main issues to be concerned about, right? I also think you have an issue with regulations, right? I think the fact that there aren't any regulations on it yet is kind of an issue, right? Because there's going to be this sort of push and pull within the market over a period of time when these regulations come, and that'll be interesting to watch. Let's see, what else? There was another thing that was an issue with crypto. Yeah, and then you also have the fact that there still isn't that, hey, what's up, Barbara? How are you? There still isn't a massive, infrastructure for cryptocurrency, right? I think there definitely is a place within cryptocurrency to exist, and some of the early projects I've seen of cryptocurrencies, I think within the next bull market, I think you're going to see a lot of innovation, right? I think there are people who are sitting in the corners on crypto who are ready to release their projects. I think there are current projects within the crypto market that are very interesting that I think could either revolutionize the market or improve what already exists within the crypto market. And I think that's something that's sorely needed, especially with a unregulated market such as crypto. I think scams are inevitable and crashes are inevitable. And I think that's just part of the process, right? And I think going back into the stock market, I think that's one thing that crypto also has over with the general market, is that people complain about the volatility of crypto, but I think that is exactly what is necessary within the stock market, right? A lot of these prices are manufactured. People are like, well, we need to have stable markets. No, that's not actually what you need, because though that doesn't reflect the actual sentiment or value within the markets. That's just institutions propping up and manipulating price action. I don't think that benefits the people. I don't think that benefits America, right? I think one of the reasons America is on this sort of train of we are number one is because we have kind of stumbled ourselves into this situation of well, it's okay, guys, the stock market's still fine, so our country's okay. It's no, I disagree with that. I think the market is highly manipulated, so the psychology and sentiment of where America is as a country is also manipulated, And I think there's also a lot of people, there's a lot of people in America who completely disagree with the stock market as a institution, right? But if you look in the history of the stock market, I think the stock market is I think if you look at the genesis of the stock market, I think even people who are against capitalism, right? Like socialists, right? I think the stock market, at its genesis, was a very socialist type of institution. It was, right? Because you could basically fund these ventures, right? With these shares. Now, over a period of time, with all of these algorithms and mathematical equations and physics shoved into the market, and hedge funds, and all this sort of like fugazi type stuff within the market, right? I think all this stuff has kind of blindsided the modern investor to what the market is actually about, what the market truly is about. And I think we need to start moving back towards that, and to truly understand what the market is, right? But that's I'm not crazy in the sense of like I believe that like change is real. That sounds weird, but I'm not one of these people who like, well guys, if we just vote and if we really talk to our politicians, I think change is inevitable. It's real. I'm not one of those people. I think a lot of that stuff is I think that's just a lot of hopium. I think there's hopium within society. I think there are also social movements that like short the market. Socially, in a social environment, right, in the social market, in the market of ideas, there are a lot of ideas that have been inflated based off of sort of this merry-go-round of the government spending money, right? Ideological ideas can only prosper in times where everything's okay. When everyone starts panicking, people revert to their more natural instincts. And I think that's also kind of why a market correction is needed, right? Not only in the sense of the economy, but I'm talking about the sentiment of our country. I think a lot of people still have this kind of imaginary idea about America, But I'm still like I don't want things to turn out terrible, Like there will be people who will be affected by this, and that's not necessarily a good thing. So. And I think as a country, we need a reality check, a hard reality check. I think there are a lot of people within America who they don't have the experience and understanding to fully understand sort of the evils within the world. So, especially my generation, right? I'm part of Gen Z. My generation is so detached from like the general reality of life and why people choose certain lifestyles. Certain lifestyles are almost detached from our consciousness, and I think we need to sort of move back into this era where we are met with reality. So anyways, yeah. So another, I don't have the VIX pulled up. Here, let's pull up the VIX. Yeah, the VIX is still trading. It hit a high this morning of around $30, which is interesting. It's on its way back up, I mean, Jesus Christ, the bank ETF or the bank index is just, it's taking a shitter. I mean, look at the gap downs on this, dude. It's crazy. And another question I propose to the people listening, right, is okay, what's the bullish thesis and what's the bearish thesis, right? The bearish thesis is that our economy is highly inflated, right? Highly inflated. We have a shit ton of debt, not only from our government, from our citizens. We have purchasing power issues, right? We have debt. We have the fact that there are certain companies right now in the market who can't afford to pay their employees, right? Like this whole, yeah. And the bullish thesis is what? The Federal Reserve is going to come save us. I don't see that. I don't agree with that sentiment, I mean, weren't there like a ton of stocks that were halted? I know there was a list on Twitter. I'm trying to look for them. Yeah, here. Wait, let me. Look at this, guys. I mean, look at all of these tickers that were halted this morning. That's not a good sign. It's not a good sign, the fact that these tickers were halted, right? Like, and that's also another thing, right? I feel like the market is getting wiser, and they're like, oh well, we'll just hold everything, right? We'll keep it from crashing, right? But that doesn't mean the sentiment disappears, right? And like, a bottom within the market is one of the reasons things work out so well, right? That is what is necessary. Like, if you watch the movie The Big Short, right? There was a huge gap from the time when people's sort of bearish thesis finally played out, right? And generally those bearish theses happen in a very short time frame. It's not like it's like a long-term investment. Shorting the market isn't a necessarily a long-term investment. It kind of happens, right? And then people are like, okay, well, this is the bottom, and then it crashes again a little bit, because there's always that, like, people are like, oh, this is the bottom, and then it goes down again. And then you have this like sort of like 2 or 3 year period where there's a slow ramp up when people slowly get more confidence within the market. And I think I think that this halting, right, this image that I'm showing right here is a perfect example of this sort of delusion that institutions are trying to place within the market. You have to let things fall apart sometimes, right? Just to give you an anecdote, right? We were building a chicken coop, right? We had a design for a chicken coop, right? We bought the wood. We were like putting it together, and we stood it upright. And the moment we stood it upright, everything collapsed, right? It just fell apart, right? And that's what happens when you truly need to test your design, right? It either works or it doesn't. And in this situation, what we've built, what we've set up isn't working. And I think this sort of delusional mindset of trying to keep the market from doing so, it's not helping us. You know, it really is not helping us. Now, don't get me wrong. There will be opportunities within this market, right? Like there are plenty of companies who have low debt, right? They have cash on hand. They're cash flow positive, right? There are companies that are so undervalued, so under the radar, right? And these companies are set to explode within the coming years because they have a real fundamental basis for value, right? And you have a lot of tickers within the stock market right now who are not priced properly, whose company is running on fumes of gas, and who should not be valued where they are. So I like don't take this sort of bearish sentiment or this bearish talk as a fact that, oh well, it's game over, there's no money to be made within the market. I think it's the opposite. I think if you can make money within this market, I think that proves how much you understand the market, and two, I think it also demonstrates your ability to make market, for example, in a bullish market, right? Because the people who can make money in a bearish market, right, are the people who will win in the long run, right? Because everyone makes money in a bullish market. Everybody makes money. If you're not making money in a bullish market, like you're the idiot. You're the idiot. You're the one who is you're doing the complete opposite of what the market is doing. But if you can make money while it's a bearish market, That should give you confidence. Thanos, what's up? Oh, you're over here. Was looking for you all morning. What's up? Yeah, Thanos, I bought into the UVXY for the first time, which is essentially like it's sort of this volatility ETF, and they work on short-term futures essentially. I don't know. I think the volatility within the market that is set to come is one of the reasons I bought in. I looked into the UVXY is one of the it's not necessarily the best one to invest in because it heavily relies on volatility and the market going down, or the market reversing in its sentiment. I think that's also why I'm new at this. It's a learning process, right? But I think I don't have the intuition for that yet. I'm learning that intuition. But I'm still bullish on COSM, dude. I think COSM's a perfect example of a company who has primed itself for a scenario exactly like this, right? They have cash on hand. They're increasing revenue year over year, right? They're making acquisitions while they're buying other companies while people are selling their assets, right? They're buying when everyone is fearful. And that is the type of company you want in this market. A company who's confident within itself to go out and make acquisitions even in this sort of time of uncertainty, right? Because that means in their minds, in the company's mind, they have a clear vision for what they're doing. They understand their place within the market. And you have to find those companies, especially within this market. You need to find the companies who internally understand what they are doing, right? And that also works the same way as a investor. You internally have to understand what you're trying to do within the market. If you don't, that's when you lose money because you become emotional. You get scared about what's to come or what people are talking about online. And look, if the market were to suddenly reverse extremely bullish, I'd be like, great. I have investments that would work perfectly well on that bullish sentiment. I also have companies who work perfectly well on a bearish sentiment. And in some cases I have companies who are bullish either a bull or bear market because they have positioned themselves so well. Isn't that TRKA in a nutshell? Tuppa Apocalypse, I don't know. I think one of the issues with TRKA was the fact that they didn't necessarily they didn't have earnings. One of the main reasons for the speculation of TRKA was that they were going to have positive cash flow. Now they had a higher revenue than people expected, but I think their costs were were also a lot higher than their costs were higher than people necessarily wanted it to be. I still think TRK is fundamentally sound. I also think that the people and institutions backing TRK over a fundamental and long-term basis, I think there is a case for TRKA. But I think with the recent dilution, I think that pulls away some of the momentum within the ticker. And I think that's kind of what you're seeing with TRK. It happened with COSM essentially, right? COSM is undervalued and they had massive momentum, and then the momentum got killed, right? Because they did an offering and a reverse split, and that killed the momentum, and people didn't want to deal with it. So it's taking time for the market to be comfortable enough to play it again. I think that's what's happening with TRKA. But yeah, the overall sentiment within the market is, I think there's people still deciding. I think a lot of smart people, I think they're going cash heavy. I think there's people who are waiting. Like, let's take a look at Tesla. Where's Tesla? Here, let's take a look at Tesla. I think Tesla is a perfect example because a lot of people understand the long position of Tesla. Like it went down. It reached 180 in pre-market. It went down to 163, and it's now kind of trading in the middle between 170, right? But if you go to the daily here, right? I mean, look at this, dude. This is crazy. It hit 101 and bounced back up to about 220. I think Tesla still has a ways to go. I think Tesla is I think there's definitely still some potential in Tesla long term. Like I think Tesla is a good indication of kind of how people feel about the market. You know, like Tesla generally has sort of this like long. It's probably the best indication of a bull market and how people feel about the market. I know that sounds weird. People say that that's the S&P or that's Apple or something like that. I personally believe it's Tesla, because I think a lot of people, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of investors, they believe in the direction that Elon Musk is bringing Tesla. I think he's the front runner in a lot of this sort of environmental technological innovation. And I think if Tesla is on its way down, I feel like people sort of like aren't uncertain about where the market is. See, I will be at 2,000 COSM by the end of the week. Oh, dude, Thanos. So I on my other account, I had some money sitting aside, and I pulled it out today, and I'm still debating on whether or not I want to buy more COSM. I'm thinking about it because the price keeps on going down. You know, it's really cheap, and I'm very confident within COSM. You know, but there's also a couple other tickers I'm looking at. Some other tickers I feel confident about within the market. I think whoever is green after meeting end of day tomorrow will win retail going forward for the short term. Yeah, no, but you know what I also think, no slippas. I also think a lot of retail have already been humbled. You know, I think 2022 was a big red year for retail, and I think retail got humbled, and I think they understand that they need to be a little bit more vigilant with their trading strategies. I think the hangover of 2021 was, and early 2022, I think that kind of got knocked out of. I think retail slowly is starting to wake up from that hangover. Did you see the CEO's average cost of the shares? Yes, I did, Thanos. I think that, again, dude, see, I can't state enough how much I think COSM is a good company. You know, that's why I'm buying the ticker, right? But I'm done trying to convince people of that. I'm gonna let the earnings report speak for itself when that comes out. So I'm hoping we see that at some point, you know. We going triple digits? Oh, dude, the thing for me with that sort of price prediction or price action, I think the main issue I have with that is that's a little that I'm now at a stage within the market where I'm just trying to be realistic, and any gains really for me is something I'm happy about. I think with COSM there will be plenty of gains to be made. So, but yeah, I'm like I understand your sentiment. I know where that speak comes from, and I in general agree with you, right? I do think COSM is a very long-term play, so I think the CEO has done a very good job. But see, okay, so the UVXY has kind of been trading sideways for the rest of the day. It has been slowly inching up. See, let's pull up the SPY again, because I'm curious to see where it sort of ends. Now let's go to the 5-minute. See, look at that green. See, the SPY is up 0.5 percentage point. So, yeah, I agree, Thanos. I would actually say maybe a little higher, actually, with some of their acquisitions that they've pulled up. So, but this is interesting. I'm starting to learn. You know, about this sort of. I'm kind of excited. I know that sounds bad, but I'm kind of excited about sort of the next couple of weeks and what happens within the market, because I think there's a lot of money to be made, and people just need to be not everybody is going to make it out. Let's just put it that way. Not everyone's going to make money, but there are a lot of people who they have the opportunity to do so. I mean, Jesus Christ. Charles Schwab did rebound, which is good, I guess. But I still think the overall general sentiment is a bit it's just when people are uncertain in general, I think that's where things go awry. There are a lot of tickers that are green, Here, wait, let me pull up my. So I made a sort of a long-term list, right? And there are a couple of them, like LMB is up 5% today. Wow, CNN dropped off a cliff. There are tickers who they're fundamentally sound, and they definitely have a place within the market, in this market especially, to go up. But I just think there are a lot of tickers that in general need to shave off some of their value. Where is that opportunity though? Well, okay, so Barbara, so shorting is probably the most blurring in your stream. Hold up, Henry. Oh, is it just a connection or something like that? Let me know if it fixes itself, or I need to change that. But here, let me. So, Barbara, I would say there's a couple of opportunities for where you can short them, or how you can make money in the market. First, shorting. Shorting is probably the easiest one, right? Shorting is just thinking that stocks are going to go down. Pick a company that's overvalued, they have high debt, right? There are still plenty of those companies within the market. You'd be surprised how many there are within the market. So you can find one of those companies and you can short it. Fundamentals, right? I think companies with no debt, who have cash on hand, who have no debt, cash on hand, and who have positive cash flow. I think that's another opportunity within the market, right? Because generally, those companies are not impacted by the crash of the market. So I think that's one of those. Another way you could do inverse ETF, something that I'm doing as of right now, even though I am down on my position a little bit, which is that's just part of the game. I think another way is just holding cash, right? Just waiting for things to go down. That's another way of making money. There's plenty of ways to make money, right? It's just you have to find those pockets, like find the security within the market, and that's where you make the money. So I haven't learned how to short. It scares me. Yeah, I don't feel like I have big enough positions or big enough portfolios to short yet. So that's something why I'm not necessarily doing that. I do like to play puts. Options is another way. I completely forgot about options. I'm still not an expert on options. I know there's a lot of people who they have a much deeper understanding of options, right? Because options aren't necessarily my strategy. But putting stocks, there's a lot of volatility within the market. That's one of the reasons why options are a really good way of making money. That's why a lot of people are moving over to options, because of the volatility, right? Volatility is what options really print their money on, essentially, when things start moving very quickly, right? So that's another way. So there's plenty of ways. What I would say, or what I am doing, right? I'll tell you what I'm doing, Barbara. What I'm doing is I'm essentially I'm placing my chips on various places within those strategies, right? Like I'm shorting technically right now. I have a couple of fundamental plays I'm very interested in. I have a couple of long-term plays I'm very interested in. I was playing options, but I sold out of those, so I have cash on hand in case anything that I want to buy drops. So I have all of these different ways of entering into the market and making some money. So, and you can pick and choose, right? It's just about your personal risk, right? And hey, look, there's still plenty of people who think that the market will reverse and that right, there's plenty of bullish sentiment within the market, right? Even though I personally think that's misplaced, I think there's plenty of bullish sentiment within the market, right? Or people who believe they can make money within the market. I would say the easiest way, like if you listen to any of the large traders, right? Warren Buffett, Michael Burry, who is the other guy? Oh, I forget his name. He has gray hair. Essentially, one of the main things that they talk about, right, is they say, like, if you pick companies with no debt, right, and who are cash flow positive, there's no way for you to lose, because they are, first of all, they're making money within the market, and second, they can buy things that other people can't buy within the market, and that's generally something that that I think that's the easiest way to make money overall. P71, what's up, bro? How you doing, my guy? I'm just talking. I'm in the UVXY, so I'm kind of discussing. UVXY is going down, so because I believe the SPY is making a return within the market. So you got the bank ETF on the way up. So there are, like, how do you say, there are a lot of institutions who love this market, right? They're buying. They're like, oh, these guys are selling. I'm buying. I'm picking up shares, right? But I know there are a lot of retail is they focus on sort of these short-term plays. And I imagine these short-term plays, a lot of them will squeeze. A lot of people are going to cover their positions. They want to exit out. They want to, right? They're scared of getting margin called, especially when a market is shaving off a couple of percents every couple of days. That's generally when you start running into issues within the market. So, right, because that's what people don't understand. People are like, well, the market hasn't fallen off a cliff yet, so everything's okay. It's like, no, every single, like, after a couple of days and the market keeps on going down, right? That means that liquidity has exited the market. So people who are either on margin or who have leveraged themselves up, they slowly have to start selling off positions, right? They're going to get margin called. And just based off of people getting margin called, they have to sell off their positions, which in turn decreases the value of assets. And when the value of assets goes down, more people get margin called, right? But I imagine there are plenty of people within the market who, like, I covered a lot of the margin I had within the market. P71 says, yeah, but it's hanging on a thread. Yeah, dude, I totally agree, dude. I think a lot of these people who have bullish sentiments, I think that they are kind of reminds me of, like, sort of like the AMC days, you know. I still think there will be massive swings, which is something that always occurs, right? Like, here, if we take the let's go to the SPY, right? Let's go to the daily. Like, look at this, right? We did Fibonacci with the SPY, right? So, like, even on the downway, like, there's a Japanese trader who turned $16,000 into $1 billion. One of the ways he made money within the market was he just rode up the swings, right? So the stock goes down, people accumulate shares, people something maybe within the market gives them a bullish sentiment, right? Because maybe something bad hasn't happened for a while, or maybe something good has happened within the market that people feel confident about, and the stock slowly rises, and then something happens and people start selling off. And, like, there's plenty of these swings and ways to make money within the market. But we'll see how it all turns out, right? It's gonna take a couple of days. None of this stuff happens overnight. Well, in some cases they do, but as of right now, we're still kind of chilling. I'm curious to see, maybe there's something on Twitter that's interesting. Sounds like TRK is about to swing with some PR. All right, let's pull up TRK. Actually, I haven't looked at the. I don't have a position within TRK. It hit 21. Wow. Let's see. What's the market cap on TRK as of right now? The market cap is 87 million. It's at 25 cents. Wow. I don't see it. The move back to $1 will be if it does happen, it will be intense. I think you're gonna see various spikes. I think you're gonna see shorts cover every couple of days. People buy back in, they ride the swings and this, that, and the third. And but I'm out of TRK. I'm playing the overall market now. I'm kind of done with these sort of penny stocks and these like small little these small tickers, right? Like that's just personally for me. Well, this entire week is going to be very interesting. There's a lot of information that'll be coming out within the coming days that are really going to determine, right? Like if you guys saw Joe Biden's here, wait, maybe I can pull it up. Let me make my thing a little bit smaller. Yeah, look at this.
Why this happened, and can you assure Americans that there won't be a ripple effect?
Do you expect other banks to fail, Mr. President?
California. Mr. President, what do you know right now about why this happened, and can you assure Americans that there won't be a ripple effect?
Do you expect other banks to fail, Mr. President?
This is who we have in charge right now. Someone who doesn't, he literally can't even answer these questions. He doesn't have the mental capacity to be there and answer those questions as of right now. What's up, Agent? How you doing, my guy? We have the Trump, dude, this is one of my favorite images I've seen today. I posted this in the JWS, the Discord, but dude, I think this image perfectly summarizes the situation that we're in right now. No, there's a lot of different meanings that come with this image, but I mean, look at this, dude. Look at this image. Yeah, in a few days we'll find out what companies are going down because of this. Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, people don't realize that the SVB bank collapse, that was already in play 4 days before it became mainstream, right? I think the bank realized it was going to go under 2 days before the stock crashed, maybe a day or two, right? And you had those bonuses. You had the bonuses of people who or the executives. They paid out bonuses, right? They paid out their employees. All of these things. What's up, Celsair? How are you doing, my guy? Right? And so what in the market, within the overall market, we still don't know. We don't know the areas that are strong. We don't know the areas that are weak. And there are plenty of places within the market that are weak because people have been on this sort of life support scenario within the market and they haven't been found out yet. Right? I mean, see, this is why I love Twitter. There was another here, let's see. Maybe I can find it. I know it was posted recently. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I know it was up here. Here we go. Look at this image. This image perfectly summarizes the situation that we're in, right? Fed raises rates, okay? Domino effect. Crypto goes down. Alameda and FTX, they're fraudulent, they're over leveraged, all this crap. They go down, right? Silvergate, heavy into crypto. Bank goes under, right? Not enough liquidity. Boom. Another piece of the pyramid gets removed, right? So basically, we're playing Jenga right now, right? And then boom, Silicon Valley Bank, boom, that goes under, right? And people are like, well, the Federal Reserve came in and banks are going to come up and pick that up. Dude, that's the... Oh my God. Let me... Hold up. Let me see if I can find there's another image on Twitter which just blew my mind. I'm not sure if they have it on. Maybe I have to do a little bit digging on Twitter to find it, but FTX had money in SVB last year. Well, yeah, I mean, right? Okay, this is another image that perfectly summarizes the situation that we're in, right? Look, people are genuinely like, well, it's not a big deal. Dude, Silicon Valley was 2/3 the size of Washington Mutual. Like, come on. Really? Yeah, look at this. And this is this isn't even after some of the larger banks failed, right? Like, dude, this is cascading. There are angel investors who literally have lost billions of dollars within a 4-day period. And you're telling me that, look, when you lose billions of dollars, that means that what you essentially have to do is you have to start managing your portfolio. You have to move things around. You have to pick and choose what is important to you and what is not, right? What do you think is going to really return you money in the short term and long term? And I think that image perfectly summarizes what we're seeing, right? But there was another where was it? Essentially the CEO, right? No, it wasn't this guy. There was another guy. Who was the guy? I'm trying to find him. Like a billion that got taken out, yeah. I mean, look, we have the debt counter, which is also going up, you know. Let's see, CEO of, wasn't this guy, dude, this guy literally worked for freaking Lehman. He literally worked for Lehman Brothers. Like, come on. Are you kidding me? Dude, this is why no one gives a crap about the freaking news anymore. Because all these pop-ups and shit. See. Yeah, okay. He was, I know for a fact, I saw it somewhere, he was the CEO of Lehman Brothers. But where can I find this? Right now, with the possible war scenarios, the government cannot risk having the market crash. Therefore, they will bail out these banks, or at least try to. I totally agree with you on that. I definitely think that there are a lot of reasons for it, but look, if you look at the history of, for example, Germany right now, because right, I think we are very close to the situation that Germany was in a while ago, where we have the risk of running this high inflation, right? We have high debt, high inflation. The country is panicking, right? And then what they essentially do right? Because this is since the beginning of time. This is one of the ways empires and countries and nations have gotten out of debt and out of this sort of market turmoil, is they go to war. That is one of the side effects of financial hardships, right? And we are within a very close for the United States to just go full ballistic mode into Ukraine, right? It's not something we want. That is not something we want, right? Look, Wall Street Silver, dude. Well, if you guys don't follow Wall Street Silver, this guy's like the amount of stuff he posts. Oh, this is the meme that I've wanted to see now. 2 weeks to flatten the curve, total collapse of banking system, right? It was obvious. It's just how the dominoes work. I mean, dude, look at gold and silver. Them boys running. Look at this, dude. Look, come on. Jim Cramer, many banks did invest poorly, but most of the big banks didn't. Don't confuse those. Will the banking system be stronger today? Yes. I mean, sure, maybe it'll be stronger, right? Because all the weakness is gone, but that doesn't mean that they're not exposed to the overall market. Right, and now I'm like, how do you say? I wonder how many people have lost money within their pensions. Right, that's another situation that we're about to face. Oh, dude, this is a good meme right here. Maybe this is not appropriate for YouTube, so maybe I should move on a little bit. I mean, I think, man, dude, I love Twitter, bro. I'm so happy Elon Musk bought that crap. All right, let's go back to Webull. Let's take a look at, okay, so UVX is down. The S&P is back up almost a whole percentage, which is interesting. The banks are still struggling. Oh, FRC just got halted up. Really? FRC halted up. This is very interesting. Question now is, when will it unhalt? See, what was the volume? Wow, the volume was crazy. I mean, I also feel like this is also shorts covering, a lot of these spike ups, right? Because there's people have been shorting the crap out of this, and they've just been covering. They're like, okay, well, wait, let's take a look at this. Dude, if you started shorting FRC at $70, you'd be up almost the full 50 or 60%. Ukraine, China, North Korea, Taiwan, and now possibly Mexico with the cartels. China and Russia defending Mexico is hilarious. Oh, dude. this is also one of the issues with the United States of America. Globally, we have totally missed the boat, right? What we have done is we have angered our enemies, right? While investing billions of dollars, trillions of dollars into things that have no benefit to us long term, right? I know the situation in China is very complex, and there's plenty of things that that go into China and its investments, right, into other countries, for example. But I think the way China has strategically placed itself within the world is brilliant. And America literally had a 70-year, like a full 7-decade head start on China, and then they've bottled it. Like, U.S. cannot be seen looking weak right now. I mean, I think the greatest indication of America's weakness right now is the bank ETF. I mean, it's literally telling you how people feel about the banks. Oh boy. For anybody who has watched The Big Short, this also highlights exactly where we're at right now, right? This meme is a perfect example. If anybody's watched the movie The Big Short, I think that this meme perfectly encapsulates sort of everyone's what the Federal Reserve is trying to project. Oh, another good one. Oh, the memes, bro. The memes. When memes are more intelligent than your entire Congress, Jesus Christ. I mean, let's be real, dude. The market here has been exposed. It has been exposed. There are still plenty of ways to make money, though. So I got plenty of tickers that I'm very, very happy to have. So I'm not a full. I'm say general market. I'm bear, but I would say certain individual stocks I'm very bullish. You know, and it needs to be a mixed bag. I think people getting stuck into this like sort of one sort of one, like everything's going down, everything's going, like you need to be a little bit more nimble within the market. You can't just keep that overall sentiment like that. The market is making a recovery towards the end of the day, so I was telling Beach Guy earlier that we just to let the banks burn. Saving them is out of the question. I honestly totally agree with you, P71. I think if we try to save the banks, I think what we're doing is we're just making things worse and worse and worse. You know, I agree with you that America can't be seen as weak, but it's like we're all we're doing is we're just becoming more in debt to ourselves and to our enemies. And the more we try to bail ourselves out, the more we're digging ourselves into a hole, right? And I mean, as the like we have an emperor with no clothes on. We need the full reset. I mean, we've already discussed this in a couple of different manners, you know, and we kind of understand where there will be consequences of that. Consequences we may or may not necessarily want. So I don't really want to discuss them here because there are realities of censorship within our current times. COMS flush. Let's take a look, Chaz. I don't know why people ever really got into that ticker. People just got into that ticker because of COSM. Like, I looked at comms, and fundamentally the company was trash. I know there was some news recently that kind of tried to prop it up, but it really wasn't like... It wasn't anything to necessarily be proud of or be happy about. Like, a lot of hopium occurred within COMS. But how are you, Chaz, bro? I know you've been moving about. How Xpawn is also doing good, dude. I saw Xpawn. It was up pretty. Oh wow. Okay. What happened here? Jeez, what happened with Xpawn, dude? Holy crap. How did it get dropped down so hard? How did it go to 524 and then rebound so quickly? Also, if you guys do want to... Oh, whoops. I mean, look at this. This is from the movie Margin Call, March 14th, 2008. We're at similar times as the current crash in the market. Can't believe Silvergate actually managed to recover here. This is Did I also want to get how in the world is crypto pumping? LOL, unbelievable. Because crypto is a hedge against the general banking system, right? That is what the initial reason for crypto was. But because crypto has only became popular during a bullish market, we haven't experienced a sort of reverse or a sort of inverse in regards to crypto and the overall market. We haven't seen that yet. We haven't had the environment to see that happen yet. That's one of the reasons why crypto is pumping. Right? The UVXY, the one I'm in right now, they like this one hasn't seen a crash yet. Yep, and they also said everything was going to be okay. And a couple of days later, it all went down. Yep. Dude, I'm telling you, this I don't care about what the overall, like, these quote unquote smart people within the market are talking about. I don't care. I only care about what I understand about the market. That's what I care about. And if I'm wrong, then great. I move on and I learn from it. But I know I've positioned myself in a manner that that kind of taps all of these sort of possibilities within the market. Not fully, obviously, but for the most part, that's what I've attempted. Watching this market crazy. Xpon still holding, has been moving up over 70% on the monthly. Yeah, Chaz, I saw that, dude. Xpon was a wonderful call, dude. Like, that was a really nice call. I sold out on the high the last time up, and then my Mumu account got frozen, so I couldn't open a new position back into Xpon. I would have 100%. I would have totally, but I couldn't. So I think I sold in the 5-something area. They're saying by Wednesday we should know more. Yeah, P71. You just got to be patient, right? But Chaz, let me ask you a question. I know you have a couple of and maybe you don't want to talk about this, but you don't you don't have to discuss it if you don't want to. But are you playing any shorts as of right now? Because I'm shorting the market essentially. I'm just curious to know, because I know a couple other people who are shorting the market right now. I know a lot of people are probably sitting on the sidelines as of right now, kind of waiting to see what happens. I still have my original positions and some of the tickers I've been discussing. That will take some time to kind of realize. See, the VIX is going back down. The S&P is trying to fight back for that percentage again. It did drop a little bit, so we did see a double bottom this morning, so that's probably why SPY is kind of climbing back up overall. But we are getting very close to that sort of Fibonacci line right there, around the 370 area. I'm on the sidelines as well, on the short side, still watching the market. Yeah, I'm doing a little bit of everything right now. I got some cash on hand. I'm shorting the market, and I'm also holding some fundamental plays. So I'm trying not to get stuck into one thing. I know there's still people who are kind of still doing the same thing over and over, and that's fine, you know. I can't play options right now, but I would love to play options. The volatility on the market, dude, is crazy. The ups and downs is just ridiculous. We went from about 870 to about 1380. Went all the way down. Wow, that's crazy. Hold up, let me put up the SPY here. Yeah, so we were on the rise, and then we kind of see. This is the 1 minute. I want to go to the daily here. Saw that rise. Let's see. It peaked 10.14. Kind of did the same here. 10.14. It went up. We were going down. Let's see. And then it peaked again. Went below again at 6.16. 6.16. Something like that. Follows somewhat closely behind. All right, let's go to the 15 actually. So on this one, I'm still looking at the bank index. The bank index did make a recovery. It's making a recovery a little bit. It is still down pretty heavily, to be honest. Oh, actually, let's take a look at COSM here. COSM's kind of been trading sideways. Or it's been good. Well, it's been going down, but sideways for today, essentially. We're just waiting for the fundamentals to come out on that. TQ's all the thunder per volume up and down with the market trajectory. Oh, you mean the... TQQ, yeah, okay. collapse. Elizabeth Warren is blaming Trump for the bank's collapse. Dude, I don't care what politicians have to say, dude. They're all a bunch of morons who just want to. They're going to use the market crash to score political points, and people are going to be dumb enough to actually use that as a way to. Wait, this is the wrong one. There we go. TQQ. I apologize. That was a. No, look at this, dude. Oh, wow, what? Talking about Elizabeth Warren? Because I don't care what that croaky little witch has to say. She flies her private jet all across the country while complaining about climate change. Anyone who talks about climate change has a private jet. The only person I really care about is Elon Musk, because that guy actually is building an entire and plus he also doesn't claim that you need to completely get rid of natural gas and oil and all that stuff, because he actually says no, the environmental sector still relies on that type of energy. And regular day people still do. And if you get rid of that crap, that's why I didn't like her. They were trying to push her as the next Bernie Sanders. And oh yeah, dude. Yeah, the bashing will totally be insane. I can already see it, dude. I like dude, this next election is going to get so heated, dude. The next election is going to get so heated. It really will get heated beyond belief. I'm actually... dude. I can't... No. I want to say, I can't wait for the debates, even though I know they're kind of bullshit. But, I just want to see, what? How do you say? Dude, Trump changed so much about America fundamentally and what people are looking for. And I'm just really curious to see how the dude, if we elect another individual older than 60, Jesus Christ, what are we doing? I'm going to throw my laptop at everybody. Get your 40% off at Camp Toys. But yeah, dude, the TQQ is it's a rising. They lost all their money with SVB. Okay, this I completely thank you for reminding me, P71, because I know you didn't inadvertently remind me, but this is what I wanted to highlight about the overall market. So if you take, I'm not sure if you guys know this, Roku, right? Let's take a look at Roku. I'm sure you guys are aware of Roku. So obviously they had a really nice peak in 2021, up to $500, and then they came all the way back down. But I remember Roku back in the day when it was on its rise. Like I knew some people who invested really early into Roku, and they made a lot of money on the run up. Hut up 20%. Hold up, here, I'll pull that to the side. Hut 8 mining. Is it silver, gold, something like that? But sorry, I want to quickly make my Roku point in regards to what P71 said about camp toys. So Roku had, I think they have around 1.5 to around $2 billion in cash, right? Now they were smart. They diversified their cash, right? They diversified their assets, their equities that they held, right? But Roku lost, I think, about either a third or fourth of sorry, let me start over. They lost about a third or fourth of their cash on hand, right? And this is what I'm talking about in the overall market and the ripple effects that we're about to experience, right? Because Roku now has lost a bunch of money. That devalues their stock, right? Which in turn devalues the amount of money within the market, which in turn devalues the amount of money people have in their portfolio, which in turn forces them to make decisions about their investing strategies, especially with inflation and all that crap. Yeah, 500 million. So, like, I think Roku highlights what we're about to experience, right? Is the fact that the amount of money that just gets wiped away is crazy. And this has massive impacts on the overall market. But anyways, let's take a look at Hut. So what is Hut? It ran up 2021. I'm going to quickly take the... Is this a long-term hold? Chaz, let me take a look. I've heard people mention this ticker before. They're not cash flow positive. That's the only thing. If you really want a ticker that makes money, I would look up SVM. Take a look at SVM. I think SVM is a very interesting ticker to hold. They're cash flow positive, and they basically have no debt, and they have cash on hand. And they're increasing value. They're undervalued quite a bit. And I know gold and silver are about to make nice little runs. That's also another way you can hedge. I'm not sure if Barbara is still here, but Barbara was asking how to hedge within the market and try to find some good opportunities. I think gold and silver is also another way to do that. But this is crazy, dude. I don't understand. I know the market's making a rally, and they always make rallies, so there's always money to be made within the market. So Roblox also took a big hit. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, but a lot of these tickers had run-ups during 2021, so they've fallen a decent amount already. So, oh, hey, Barbara. Yeah, I can't believe I forgot to mention gold and silver. Market pushing a little here. Yeah. No, like how do you say it? That's the Chaz, you know who I'm talking about, the Japanese investor. I mean, he made a lot of money on the rebounds after you had the pullbacks within the market. So, but yeah, if you guys haven't, I would take a look at SVM. SVM is a very interesting. It's also a mining company. They operate mainly in silver. I believe they have a couple of other assets that they hold. You also have indexes for gold, trusts, all that type of stuff. So there's, again, plenty of ways. Oh, give me a sec. I gotta look him up. This guy. Here, let me. I'm gonna try to pronounce his name. Takashi Kotegawa. Look this guy up. There's a guy by the name of Billionaire Bears. He came out with these like sort of documentaries on the guy, and he talks about the history and how he made money. Yeah, he turned. I mean, dude, this guy made. Yeah, I mean, he literally turning 13,000 into 153 million. That's what we can only dream for. Am I right? What most traders. I mean, he got lucky in a lot of these scenarios. Like there were certain trades he made that he got really lucky in. But I would take a look at one of these documentaries. Don't want to put your boy Alex Jones on here. Here we go. Okay, I finally found it. Joseph Gentile is the chief administrative, so the CAO at SVB Securities. Prior to joining the firm in 2007, Mr. Gentile served as a CFO for Lehman Brothers Global Investment Bank. So the chief administrative officer literally worked for Lehman Brothers. Like, come on, guys. How does a guy like this get a job after he literally crashed the entire U.S. economy? But I guess this is just how the world works, you know? It's just a bunch of people. It's just a revolving door of bullshit. I mean, this doesn't help anybody. All right, let's go back. So SVM is there. Okay. Hold up. I do want to look at how this behaves on the way up. When it goes up pretty quickly, right? Let's look at the daily here. So when it goes up, it kind of goes up steadily sometimes. But see, what I'm curious about in regards to this, the reason why I picked this one is because UVXY has never experienced a market crash. And I really want to see what happens with a market crash with this ticker. UVXY making a little run up on day before. Or not on the day before the end of the market. Jesus, my brain, dude. SVB handled all the banking needs for 2,500 companies that were required them only to bank with them, meaning these companies are screwed now. Yep, and this is what I was talking about with the ripple effects, right? They're P71. This is what I was, because there are people that I was talking with and who, like, in Discord, I literally been debating people about this, right? They were like, yeah, but the Federal Reserve stepped in. I'm like, no, look, you don't understand. It's not just that the Federal Reserve saved the bank. It's the fact that there are other areas of the economy that were impacted, right? There's no way the Federal Reserve was able to, like, those events already occurred. The sentiment is out there. All of that stuff is real and it already happened. And the Federal Reserve can't put that genie back in a bottle. That genie is gone. That genie is free. It's spreading its wings, right? It's like the end of Aladdin, right? Aladdin set the genie free. He wished him free. That was his last wish. And SVB's last wish was to take down the U.S. economy. A lot of the winners in Napa are, a lot of the wineries in Napa are tied to SVB. Wow. Start buying wine. You can start buying wine at cheap right now, I guess, right? They're probably all trying to sell their wine assets, right? That's also another thing that goes on sale during market crashes is a lot of art and wine and stuff like that. A lot of antiques, fossils, stuff like that. They all go on sale because a lot of these holders, they don't want to hold these items anymore. So they get transferred a lot. How many companies are going to have to close down? Thousands of people without jobs. Exactly. And these are people, right? Like, especially with startups, right? Generally, when you have the startups that SVB deals with, these are high earning startup jobs, right? I have family members in startups, and these guys they have a pretty good wage because they step down in their sort of career trajectory in order to try to help out these startups, right? In the hopes that they make, in the long run, these startups succeed and that they can, a lot of the people who work in startups that succeed and end up going to like the market and stuff like that, a lot of these guys who have helped the company grow, they get shares and they get a lot of shares and they make a lot of money off of it. So, but a lot of these high income earners, right, they won't be able to spend money, which in turn screws restaurants, right? Restaurants are about to take another fat hit. But I thought the government was going to make all depositors whole. Is that not the case? Up to a certain amount, Barbara. I believe so, up to a certain amount. I don't think. And then you also have the fact that there are people who have already pulled out their money, right? Like it's a whole shit show. And so this is why I don't believe anything the government says. How will they pay their mortgage and car loans? Exactly. Exactly. Here, let me I will put up the S&P 500 while I look for it. There was another meme that I saw that I want to show you guys that I really like, a really good indication of, if I can find it. It's always somewhere on Twitter. But essentially, don't trust. If the government says everything's okay, right? Like, the fact that Biden had to come out and address the situation already should indicate to you that things are not A-okay. They're just scared because the government's about to collapse and everyone's about to hate the Biden administration. So like 80 cents of a dollar. IOUs for now is all they're getting. Yeah. Bank of Hawaii down. Here, we'll take a look at this. See, trading halted for a multitude of banks. Western Alliance Bancorp down 75%. First Republic Bank down 66%. Customers Bancorp down 54%. PacWest Bancorp down 46%. Zion's Bancorp down 44%. Bank of Hawaii down 42%. Comerica down 39%. I don't even know how you pronounce that bank name. East West Bancorp down 32%. Now, some of these probably rebounded to a certain extent, right? To a degree, but that doesn't mean that that they're fine. I mean, have you guys noticed, like, P71, you probably noticed this, right? That a couple of days before FTX collapsed, they literally came out with, like, this article. They were like, FTX is a perfectly safe investment. One of the greatest cryptocurrency organizations in our modern time. Look at the CEO, right? And this is the same thing with SVB. A couple of days before, they wrote an article, SVB, a bank that's doing amazing. And by the way, I'm not sure if you guys know this, but there was an article on Seeking Alpha 4 months ago that came out that talked about SVB. I'm not sure how of course people are writing a shit ton of articles now about, because they want to get all the attention, especially after but there was a Seeking Alpha article that came out. They basically predicted it 4 months ago. Yeah, LOL, that's what Kramer did for SVB. It's the same repeat, right? And people are now panicking because he did that with JP Morgan. JP Morgan is a fortress. Okay, buddy. Former hedge fund bro. Yes, let's totally listen to a corrupt individual who has videos on the YouTube talking about how he purposely manipulates stock prices and uses news, for example, to do so. And now what he does is he probably has all of his buddies who work in hedge funds probably use his shitty show as a tool to do so, because there are actual idiots who is still listening to Jim Cramer? Who is still listening to this kid? I want to meet the people who are like, Jim Cramer's actually a really intelligent investor. I want to shake their hand, dude. I want to look them in the eyes. All right, let's take a look at the SPY. SPY is now up about 60 points, up $2. Still struggling. It is looking up to be on its way down. I think a lot of people are going to be happy once the market closes today. I think a lot of people, it's actually a little worse than I expected. Like this bank index, I was expecting maybe 5%, but it's down a full 8% today. Charles Schwab went down a lot harder than I was expecting. Wow, look at FRC's comeback. It hit $42, dude. That's crazy. A nice little comeback by FRC. I know someone who bought in the $28, so they're up about $10 each on today. See, let's take a look at the daily volatility. Wow, look at the daily volatility spiking massively today. Look, it was dead, dead, dead. Boom. The RSI is definitely oversold. Charles Schwab RSI is oversold. Bank Index RSI is oversold. Wells Fargo RXI is oversold. RSI is oversold. Bank 7 RSI is oversold. Bank of America RSI is oversold. Silvergate RSI is oversold. All these RSIs indicate oversold. But I have no idea if this actually is gonna. I don't believe, like, I don't believe it. Okay, here we go. This is what I want to look at. They probably have it somewhere. Let's do photos. Okay, this is not necessarily what I wanted to show you, but this is something I did want to show. So if you take a look here, 4 biggest U.S. banks lose $47 billion in market value. $50 billion. We sent that to Ukraine. Damn it. I need a split screen John Wick and Flow Society, 2 best YouTube channels. Hey, what's up, Infected? How you doing, bro? Yeah, I know John is kind of talking. He's talking about like individual tickers. I'm kind of just talking about the overall market right now. Kind of like what's going on. A lot of some baddies, more information. First time. Is he Gen Z freaking out watching the banks implode? First time, dude. This. Well, I need to save this. I need to save this. SVB average salary is $100,000. All the employees got their bonuses right before the collapse. That's how it always works. I read that. I literally wasn't even surprised. I'm like, oh no shit, really? I'm actually impressed how much of a recovery FRC has made. Definitely could have made some money on the run up there. I'm still in UVXY. I know it's a day trade, but I'm still like, the volatility in the overall market is gonna be crazy, dude. Hey, what's up, Zen Holder? How you doing, my guy? I'm currently doing a little talk about the overall market in general. A lot of fighting going on. Blah, blah, blah. So, Goldman Sachs says Fed will hit the brakes on interest rate hikes because of Silicon Valley Bank collapse. Yes, because that's exactly... Dude, I'm telling you, bro. I don't believe any of this crap. In 2008, that's the same thing that happened. They made all these claims. They couldn't fulfill on any of them. They made all of these claims, and not a single one they fulfilled. Right? Isn't that what Jerome Powell literally said in front of Congress? Warren was like, hey, how many times has any of this actually worked for you? 0. Oh, well, great. So you're going to implode the market. Yeah, well, I mean, we need to get rid of inflation. Oh, well, now 3 days later, we're going to switch up and we're going to talk about the fact that we're not going to raise interest rates to get rid of inflation. So not only are we now moving into a completely different direction than the Fed had been trying to push us into for like literally the last year, right? But we're flip-flopping Like, our Federal Reserve has more emotion than a retail investor. What is going on, people? The Federal Reserve is more emotional than a retail investor buying TRK at 90 cents. That's all, just to keep people from pulling out their money and give them time to figure things out. Yeah, but let's be real here. What are they gonna figure out? What are they gonna change here? Okay, well, that seems to be a pattern here with UVXY. It did open up pretty low. It does have an after hours, which should be interesting. They're kicking the can in any way possible. Yeah, Zenholder, they really are. They really are trying to. I appreciate that, all you old geezers. All you old geezers trying to place all the debt and all the BS onto me. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, way to screw over the younger generation, you know? Because it's not like we have all this crap to deal with. Like, most of the people, like, dude, all the millennials, like, think about this. The millennials, they got so screwed during 2008. Like, the amount of stories that came out of people who just graduated high school or people who came out of college who were like, yeah, dude, there was, like, nothing for me. I had a full-on degree and I could barely get a job. It took like 4 years for most people to get a job after the crash in the specific sector that they had gotten a degree for. Right? It's going to be the same situation now. My generation's screwed. There's going to be the time that our generation requires in order to build wealth is gone. It's gone. That whole prospect is gone. Wow, FRC really making a comeback here. Up to $40. This is crazy, dude. I commend FRC, dude. I know there are people out there making money as of right now on FRC. I'm just curious to see what happens after hours, to be honest. I really am. I'm really curious. So, yep, in 2000, 2003, 2007, and 8, and ever since, just gets worse and worse. And it ain't good for Gen X either. We will not be able to retire. Our wealth building keeps getting sabotaged. Oh, dude, that's crazy. You're right. I completely forgot, like, yeah, you guys as well. Even the older generation's like, holy shit, not again. We already went through this once. No, but I don't. The thing for me, right, is like, I'm just waiting to kind of, like, what is the bullish? What is something that can really pull us out, right? Like, saving the banks, like, I don't know. I don't see how that gets us out of the direction that we're heading. Because, like, my prediction for the SPY was that we're gonna hit 480 again, 480, and that we would tank. But I didn't expect this to happen. I thought it was going to happen a little bit later within the year. Baby boomers and hippies were the last generations that had a good chance at working this blueprint of investing long for retirement. Yeah, I mean, how many decades is that? That's like, what, a full... What, almost 6 decades? No, 4 decades of just continuous collapses within the market. Like, how does that oh my god. And the fact that, like, we haven't, like, fixed it, dude. Like, who was, what was it? Is Hamilton No, maybe it was Thomas Jefferson. There was like one of the early presidents, right? He made a concerted effort to try to keep America above balance, right? But that I think America. Wait, let's look that up. I know there's a how many years has America been debt free? I know it's only like 3 or 4 years, right? Oh wow, look at this. You guys want to see a sad statistic? As a result, the U.S. actually did become debt-free for the first and only time at the beginning of 1835 and stayed that way until 1837. It remains the only time that a major country was without debt. Oh, if we could go back to those days, man. But FRC is... See, could we see again another little pop towards the end of the day before market closes? The volume on this is... Wait, did we look at the volume here? Yeah, we did. It's pretty crazy for the last 3 days. Well, the VIX, UVXY are all headed back down. The S&P is at 70 points right now. Yeah, if born between 1930s and 60s, good careers and retirement and pension plans, they didn't have 4 market crashes to endure. Well, FRC is now pushing $41 towards the end of the day. Volume is coming in. A lot of movement coming in. People are feeling confident, but I imagine that these, well, maybe just intraday trading, most likely. Republicans making legislation to put us back on the gold standard. We should have never left the gold standard, dude. The petrodollar doesn't do shit for us. All it does is incentivize other countries to sabotage us. I mean, you guys probably know about the coalition that's like literally trying to get America off the standard or the petrodollar. They're literally trying to cry. Okay, $42. This is new high a day, $42. We did tap $42 a couple of seconds ago. $42 where seems like to be a lot of resistance. It doesn't look like it's going to be going above $42. I imagine there's a massive wall at $42 right there. People are really trying to push those $42. Hey, what's up, Liquid? How you doing, my guy? Maybe the USA was the only debt-free country due to the increased free labor. No, dude, I'm not saying that the reasons for America being debt-free was good, right? But I'm saying that first of all, America was only debt-free for 2 years. So I don't think that argument holds, right? And also, there were people within the government who made a concerted effort to do that. But there's no one in government today who makes that effort. Just sold at 42 from 21. Nice, Liquid. Good job, my guy. Yeah, it's really... there's probably a massive wall at 42. It doesn't seem like it's going to go past. People are really trying to buy... This is really interesting. Someone is definitely selling at 42. Someone got a limit order waiting for everyone to buy back in. This will be very, very interesting to watch. We do still have about 55 minutes left within the market, so there's still some opportunity for this to occur. I think people are slowly starting to realize that FRC is definitely kind of done, or that the wall exists there. People selling back down, people realizing, crap, wow. Look at that. Look at that sell-off. That was very quick. All false confidence for FRC, pump and dump. What's going on with SIVB? Well, SIVB is still halted, my friend. There bailouts have occurred, so there's a lot of speculation around SIVB, but dude, that boy's gonna get ripped apart and sold. But no slippers. Just again to quickly go back to your comment there. I'm not talking about the ethical standards of the America, right? Most countries, every country in the world's ethics are terrible. To assume that one country is better than the other is like, it's naive. That's a naive way of understanding human nature. And I don't think that's beneficial for. But I understand your argument. So, and I do understand that it is part of history. But like there are plenty of arguments you can make against that. So there actually is like economically why free labor is actually not a good idea. But like again, that's just purely from an economic standpoint, not a moral one. All right. See, FRC, a total pump and dump. I do imagine there is like, but hey, look, Liquid is one of those kings where he just manages to kind of ride up those plays right there. See, anything on Twitter going up? I'm curious. Twitter always has some amazing information, especially after Elon Musk bought it. Like people are a lot more. The things that trend on Twitter, I'm surprised that they even managed to get into trending. Classic Physique says, I'm still holding my short CPI report tomorrow. Powell speaks tomorrow. And next week is the interest report on what they will do with the interest rates. Bear mode on LOL. Yeah, dude, I'm really like, I think the people I was talking about earlier in the stream. So I was talking about the fact that there are always swings that people make money on, right? Like as Liquid made a full 100% today. There are probably people who lost billions, if not millions of dollars, well, millions, if not billions of dollars today. And you got Liquid over here, little old Liquid Swords, who's making 100% on the come up, baby. Kanye West voice, I'm gonna let you finish, but I need COSM to get to $3 so I can buy more. Same, dude, same. I really like. I would love for COSM to just fucking. Oh, wow, dude. Holy shit. COSM with a roaring comeback from 335 up to 362. Is there some news that came out? I haven't been paying attention to the... I'll leave it on FRC. FRC is still at around the $40 mark, so... Waiting for a low 2 GNS. Yeah, Liquid. Smart, bro. I was looking at it this morning. I'm like, $3. Ooh, it's almost back down. Like, pick up some shares. No offense to your friend, but I like your channel more than the other dude. Hey, man, it's... That's fine with me. You know, we offer different perspectives within the market, right? Like I know there's people who prefer option traders, right? And I'm not a heavy option trader. I'm more of a fundamental general market type of guy. The other individual I believe you're talking about, he's more like penny stocks, day trading type stuff, right? Which I partake in, but that's not my core strategy as a trader, right? So everyone has different strategies. So some people prefer options, some people prefer fundamentals, some people prefer penny stocks. LOL, which friend? I believe he's talking about. I mean the only other person I know of is JWS. It's the only stream I go on. So. Right, but everyone has their own sort of strategy within the market. So, I'm a fundamental trader at heart. So, I still like, I'll dabble in options. I dabble in day trading, all that stuff. Morant's rants, dude. Morant's rants is like he's a chunky, ugly motherfucker, dude. That guy's like 45 years old and he still has acne, dude. Come on. You can see the Grand Canyon on his cheeks from all that oil. I think he doesn't like the other channel because he can't comment. That is probably also true. I mean, there's no way for me. I can't do that membership stuff yet. So. Yeah. Plus, I like talking to people. I like letting people in. I know there's trolls that stop in every once in a while. I had this one stream that like managed to get up to like 200 viewers, and there were a lot of people who were just like commenting absolute bull crap in there. But I guess that's just part of the game, you know. See, wow, COSM did manage to hit around 368. FRC is definitely trying to make a climb back up. So here we'll throw in a couple other tickers. We'll do a little 4-way. A little stock gangbang on the screen. So throw up SVM, little silver play, keep track of triple TQQ on its way up 5%. Yeah, Liquid, dude. Morant's face, like, he has some kind of disease. Dude, I'm amazed that someone can make so much money off of people by only talking about one ticker. I'm like, like, that guy literally only talks about one ticker. That blows my mind. Like, how does that provide value to people? Like, are there people who really still believe in that stuff? Are you still going on JWS? I think you all make a great team. Yeah, Barbara, I am. I of course I would love to go on JWS. It's just how do you say, he was talking about a couple of tickers and I jumped into a different type of play, and there were a lot of people streaming. I haven't streamed during the trading day yet by myself, so I kind of want to try that out. Ape is, as predicted, is going up due to the vote tomorrow. Dude, I bought in Ape. What's Ape at? Because I bought into Ape the other day because I'm like, oh, this is gonna go back up because AMC was ripping, and I'm like, no, Ape is gonna come back. Okay. I think it's still a little bit below my average, but that's not great, to be honest. That price action's not amazing. Because he cries when he loses trades but doesn't do his research and then blames people because he lost money and because I can't comment too. LOL. Yeah, man. I mean, how do you say? I think JWS definitely has how do you say? I think JWS is definitely probably one of the more transparent streamers out there. I think a lot of people, they don't like showing their positions. I think JWS's transparency is like probably unmatched. I haven't seen another YouTube channel like JWS show transparency like he has. So, and that's one of the reasons I stuck around in his stream, because I really do. Wait, hold up. Do I have a... Hold up. I just saw something in my... No, wait, hold up. We need to go to the one grid here. Sorry for the people who are looking at FRC. Dude, oh, look at this. Look at this. I had a little old line I drew. Why did I draw this line? Well, it's kind of maintaining the line, actually. I just saw this on Ape. All right, but let's bring back up our FRC here. Yeah, but JWS's transparency, dude. That's why I stuck around. That's how I met all the some amazing people in the group. You know, I like personally for me, like the knowledge you guys have, the sort of goals you guys have as a trading group was one of the reasons I stuck around. Tell us more on Ape. Dude, Ape... Oh, dude, I don't even want to get into it, bro. I just, I noticed that whenever AMC pops up, Ape goes down. And whenever Ape goes down, Ape pops up. And as... who was it? Someone was talking about... someone said... where was it? Someone was talking about the vote. Ape P71 says, as predicted, it's going up due to the vote tomorrow. Dude, I honestly, I don't even want to deal with AMC, bro. That is such a brain dead ticker that it hurts me in my soul to talk about it. I hope you stream a lot more. I listen while I work and keeps me updated the whole time. Hey, bro, Encard, I appreciate it, my guy. I like to, I like to talk about general things. So I do hope I provide value. Liquid says, I'm a risky trader. I love stocks that move up or down violently. Yeah, bro. You should learn how to trade the QQQs. And can make lots more money there. Just a tip. Well, Classic Physique, I'm open to it, bro. I did some research into futures a couple of weeks ago. Something I want to get into as well. Especially with this market, I think I need to change my strategy. I already have a lot of the fundamental plays I'm in. I really enjoy. So I'm trying to expand my overall strategy within the market. But that also, to a degree, requires my overall expansion of my portfolio, right? One of my portfolios, I can't even trade on there because of PDT. So, but on this account, I have about $95. I'm in the currently in the UVXY, and that's kind of because I kind of want to short the overall market essentially, due to the volatility that I think that's about to come. I think. Especially because this specific sort of what is it? I mean, it is short-term futures, so but this one has never experienced a crash, so that's one of the reasons I'm really interested in it, because all the other ones have kind of dealt with that stuff before, but this one hasn't. So I think there's more money to be made in Ape. There's always money to be made, my friend. I would totally agree with you on that. Damn, I was having a great day. I missed it. Mara? What's take a look at Mara. Marathon Digital Holdings. Holy crap. Anybody know why it's up? I haven't, to be honest though, I haven't been as locked in with the market in the last couple of days as much as I probably should have been. Wow, dude, how's there 120,000 people following this ticker? This is crazy. A lot of price action on Mara. A lot of people in the ticker. What's the float on here? Free float is 100 mil. Market cap is close to $1 billion. Interesting. I also need to get like a mic holder. Oh, dude, I really shouldn't have gotten rid of my... I could order one. I'm going to probably order one online. Actually, I might just do that right now, actually. Is there anyone know of a cheap mic stand on Amazon? You can set a short position with SQQQ. SQQQ. Oh, I'll add that to the watch list. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate you telling me that. I'm still a young guy, so my broad knowledge of the market is still limited. So I do like part of the reason I also like doing this type of stuff as well is because it gives me like I've learned a lot more just talking on YouTube because people like will tell you stuff. They kind of give you information, and in turn you can kind of collect that information and you can kind of mix it up and you can kind of give people the knowledge that you have. You can give it back to them, and it's kind of this sort of back and forth, right? You grow with your audience audience grows with you. That's one of the reasons I think YouTube or streaming like these type of things are very important. So I really do appreciate you telling me that. It's added to my. I also got TQQ thanks to Chaz. He told me about that. So hoping 10x can go on an after-hour market run. See, let's take a look at 10x real quick. On its way down. Wasn't this like type of like a squeeze type play? I'm not 100% sure. I never got into 10x. I like a lot of these tickers I don't always get into. I stick to my own thing. If people start talking about something and I don't know about it, I don't understand the story about it, I just stay away from it. Then it says make sure y'all like and subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. I appreciate Thanos. Yeah, if you guys can just a like will do. If you don't want to see me in your feed all the time, I'm not asking for a subscription necessarily. That is up to you. I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so on my way there. CTB play. Okay. Well, see, this is also an interesting thing about the market having such an issue struggling, right? Is I think you're going to also see a lot of shorts try to cover in some situations. Some tickers are going to start running up, and you're also going to get margin calls and all this type of stuff. So the volatility works, and it's going to be a chaotic time, and a lot of opportunity will present itself, right? As Littlefinger says from Game of Thrones, chaos is a ladder. So climb it wisely, my friend. UVXY is trying to push back up. SPY is going back down. Over halfway. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, Infected. Wow, look at the SPY, dude. SPY just took a little shitter. 2 big fat red candles. It's working on its way back down into the red. Only 49 cents above, about 50, 60 cents above the opening, I guess. Or the claimed opening. Yeah, what was I looking at? Oh, yeah, I was looking at mic stands. Tomorrow should be an interesting day with the CPI report. Do you short? I'm working my way into it, Classic. I really am. I spent one of the main things I spent a lot of time doing over the last couple of months. I've been trying to understand the long side of it, because I always bought into tickers, but I never really. Wow, the SPY really just dropped. Holy crap. Okay, but why is the SPY tanking? Are the banks trading again? Well, I mean, dude, let's just take a look at the bank ETF. Or the NASDAQ bank index. Look at that bad boy. That boy is moving down. Look at that. Holy crap, it took a shitter, dude. But yeah, sorry, Classic. I got sidetracked. So I've been trying to understand the long side of the market for the last couple of months. I've always been a casual trader, but I started day trading and looking at the market full time only a couple of months ago. I've been eyeing getting into shorting, because I understand that shorting, like shorts win a lot of the times and stuff like this, but I've never been confident enough in myself to jump into it. So this is when you can buy SQQQ to bet against the market. Yeah, no. No, I totally agree with you. I'm like, how do you say? I want to learn shorting, right? Some of the greatest traders in recent memory, they all have their shorting is within their toolkit. So I want to slowly start adding shorting into my toolkit. 100%. I totally agree with you on that. Like shorting is a thing I do want to get into. So. Is anyone following BBBY? Sorry, Barbara. I've never gotten into that play. I know a lot of people have been in that play for a while, and that like there's some how do you say it? There's some interest in that play, but it's never piqued my interest. So. All right, I just bought a mic stand off of Amazon so I can I don't have to keep on holding my mic. Because if I place my mic down, it gets all fuzzy and crap, and I don't want to do that anymore. So, see, it should be here tomorrow. Well, would you look at that? Isn't Amazon a wonderful capitalistic innovation? All right, let's take a look at the. Oh yeah, the SQQQ or the. Is there like a easier way to say that? The SQ? Can I just say the SQ? Like if I say the SQ, do people know what I'm talking about? The STQ? Can I say the STQ? Like the S triple Qs? It's such a mouthful saying SQQQ. But it did have a nice little pop up towards the end of the trading day. So did the UVXY. I'm kind of also playing the UVXY. Here we can pull up. I'll pull up BY. Oh no, let's pull up FRC. Oh wow, okay, FRC down to 33. Holy crap, look at that. On the way down. Oh yeah, that works. That's perfect. All right. Just double checking my purchase on Amazon. The Devil's stockbroker is saying there's an explosive setup for a squeeze if it rises and breaks $2 by the end of the week. See, Infected P, the market is correcting itself for tomorrow's CPI. The buying that happened in the morning was because of Morgan Stanley saying they were expecting a short interest rate, which we all know that can't happen. The Fed needs to raise rates. Yeah, and that's what I was kind of talking about earlier. Is like the Federal Reserve is like a retail trader buying TRK at the 90 cent, where it's like you're just in panic mode right now. Like you're not thinking clearly, right? And I don't blame him. I mean, the amount of pressure these guys are probably under, right? And think about that. You got the entire nation, probably like a majority of the global economy on your shoulders, and every move you make affects literally millions, if not billions, of people and their bank accounts. Like the emotionality within that organization right now is crazy. I wouldn't trust a single thing they say. BBBY has burnt me so many times. Yeah, especially right now, I feel like one of the great areas to make money in is kind of just the overall like larger plays right now. I think a lot of the plus I'm getting a little sick and tired of playing these sort of like really high volatile penny stocks. It's really starting to bother me. Not that like my on TRKA I played that so well, and I left a lot of meat on the bone. I will be honest about that. I did leave a lot of meat on the bone, and I didn't make as much as I probably should have or could have. But again, shoulda, woulda, coulda. So, but I'm trying to mature myself as a trader, and I think one of the ways to do that is to kind of move away from penny stocks. Man, FRC really took a fat dump there. Remember, guys, in times of panic, you buy, and in times of greed, you sell. Yes, buy when others are fearful, or be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy. That's like, I think that's a Warren Buffett quote, right? If I'm not mistaken. The SPY it did manage to pop back up a little bit. But tomorrow, like, that's what I'm saying. As the, like, how do you say, SVB, like, the bank run started 3 days before it kind of hit, quote unquote, national news, right? And like a day or two before the stock just tanked. So I think that's kind of what you're seeing. Is like, I guarantee you within the next couple of days, we're going to get reports of major financial collapses or shifts within the market. So I think that's what we're going to get over a period of time here. So but yeah, I mean, Berkshire is back up. SPY is really trying to make a last look. So we only have about 25 minutes left in the market, guys. Just for a quick heads up, I know there's people who are. Is the VIX what are the market times for the VIX market? Is the VIX open the same as like everyone else? During a limited global trading hour now. See, this is why I also want to get into futures, because futures, you trade pretty much 24/7 for 6 days a week, or you trade 24/6 essentially. And I'm getting really sick and tired of this, like, well, the market opens and the market closes. Like, I want to be able to, like, at 10 o'clock at night, I want to be able to hop on and make a trade and try to make some money, right? And, like, do some things during the day while I, like, well, instead of, like, waking up in the morning and then having to do all this stuff to prepare myself for the following day. So it's also a burden on just, like, your sleeping schedule and stuff like that, right? That's one of the reasons why I like the crypto market, because the crypto market is like, wow, FRC's fallen back down to $30. A lot of selling off going in right now. I think people realize that wall at $42 is definitely, it's always going to be impossible to break, right? I think as soon as they realized they hit a wall, they were like, oh shit, okay, we're done. Now, obviously, this could be like a pullback we saw earlier in the day, but as we're getting closer to the market close, I doubt I think people have lost a lot of confidence in FRC. Is CSM's earnings today? I don't know, Thanos. I've seen some people talk about tomorrow. I've also seen people talk about early April or later in March. I know that they have to close their acquisitions by the end of the month. I believe Canada has to close their the CSM has to close their Canada acquisition by the end of the month. I know that was written within the deal, so I don't know. I'm just waiting for. Post your link on JWS Live. 100% Prosperous. Hey, Prosperous, how are you doing, by the way? Did John get off or something? Is that why he's CRTD is ugly AF, but I just had to lower my average. FRC made me some money today. Time for GNS to do its thing now. What's up, TZ? How are you doing? Some people are trying to get over here. Okay. We are. I think FRC kind of is the representative of today's market, in my opinion. You know, I think we're going to see a lot of these fractal cosms within the market, a lot of canaries in the coal mine, all this type of stuff. So, time for See, what's GNS doing right now? Let's actually take a look. Let's pull up GNS. GNS did, oh wow, okay, it did manage to drop below $3. This is actually what I was kind of waiting for. I haven't looked at it much today. Could be a rebound. It did hit 282 on the way down this morning. It recovered at around $2.10. Managed to hit 447 on its way down. I did make some money off of GNS on that run up. So yeah, I think people I'm probably buying. I don't know, because look, I think the overall market is kind of in control right now of like how everyone's feeling. So I will buy into GNS, buy back into GNS, maybe COSM even. I think COSM is also. Let's take a look at COSM, because I know COSM had a little uptick in the day. Wow, 384. Look at COSM, dude. Look at this. Holy crap. Look at that nice little recovery. Yeah, I think Zenholder, with the overall market, you could probably see a lot of discounts tomorrow. A lot of discounts. Hopefully with GNS we see some. But COSM, man. COSM is having a good day. Up 8% on the day. This is really interesting. Like, this is where I think it's... I told you, Thanos. I told you, god damn it. I didn't know. Oh, yeah, you mentioned it. I don't know why it's at 3.8. Yeah, me neither, bro. 3.86. It's climbing up today, dude. Here, let me quickly do maybe something on StockTwits. So I like StockTwits. It's underrated. We do have 18 minutes left within the market. Just keep that in mind. Alert. Definitive agreement with Canada. Wait, did they officially close the Canada deal? Is that what they're talking about? Holy crap. Is this the moment COSM is going to be ripping? What is going on here, bro? Wait, did COSM make some... See, this is March 13th. See, maybe they've released something on their Twitter. Down, damn it, down. I need $3.50 free... 350 or 350. Oh yeah, you're right. No news. Yeah, dude. I like that's what I was talking about this morning. I had some free capital that I was looking to move about and try to get some money, maybe into COSM. Pick up a couple more shares. Average down a little bit. ONCS is going up too. See, dude. This is what I'm talking about. The breeding ground of opportunity. Chaos is a ladder, dude. This is what, wow, look at this, up 15%. See, even with the market in absolute chaos, essentially, looming over our heads, there's still fat runners and opportunities to make money within the market. And this is why I'm excited. Like, it sounds bad, but this is actually kind of why I'm excited about the market, because, like, that's kind of how this market works, right? Like, this market... The volatility and swings on this is just crazy. Keep it a little bit tighter, and I think we're good to go here. Just like reduce the losses you're getting, stuff like that. Finally, okay. I'll keep up ONCS for a little bit as you guys are talking about this. What's up, Zim? How you doing, bro? Hope you guys are having a good day. I know we're getting only about 15 minutes left within the closing minutes of the market. Here, I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to pull up a grid. I'm going to pull up COSM on the other one. Let's just do 4. Let's just do 4. Let's pull up some other ones that were, pull up FRC, because I know FRC was kind of making a little, it did make a comeback up to 34 on its way back down. 31. Wow, look at this. It's down 10% today. The bank index is down 10% today. That's crazy. I mean, you're talking about like recession level type stuff, right? Decent day. Been watching and listening to all the craziness going on from crypto to the bank runs. Yeah, dude. Not to even mention the crypto market. I know crypto market was booming earlier today. It's still kind of, wow. It's still on its way up. I bought into this newer project. I sold some of my Ethereum and I bought into a newer project a couple of days ago. I picked up a decent amount of shares in it, and I'm curious to see where it goes. I think it's definitely a long-term hold. I mean, most of my crypto is long-term. It really is, most of it. All right, COSM pulled back from the high of 386. ONCS is still on its way up. FRC kind of trading around just above 30. Did seem like there was a support at 30, which is, I guess, good to hear. The overall bank index is has massive trouble, massive sell-off towards the end of the day. So, I mean, look at that red, dude. That's not good. COSM is going down a bit, but I'm telling you, bro, COSM's fundamentals wins in the end. APE is up. Wouldn't be surprised if it ran after hours. That vote will pass and small shorts will start bailing out. Not financial advice. Oh, good old APE, dude. I can't wait for the day when AMC is just gone, dude. I know some of you guys might not like to hear that, but like I hope it either rips and people get out of it, or it just disappears into the realm. Man, oh man. This is a bit of a struggle. Here we are coming up with 12 minutes left within the market. Things are being sold off. FRC down 60% on the day. Did have a little spike up to 42. Did hit a low of 17.55. So definitely a 50% recovery there. Massive sell-off. See, we got WFC down about 7% today. Did hit a low of 38.21. It's hovering just above that. Bank of America hit a low of 27.87 today, hovering just above that. Bank 7, no one really knows about this, but did hit $23 on the low of the day, trading above that as well. Silvergate down about 5%. Did hit a low of $1.69. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Pyro. Oh, dude, that package looks sick, bro. I appreciate that, man. See, yeah, someone saying most of mine are long-term investments while I use a select bit of funds to trade pumps. Yeah, same Zim. I get, like, for me, that's kind of just the best way to play it. Fundamentals always win long term. I'll just leave up FRC for now. All right, guys, we're in the last 10 minutes of the trading day. I imagine most people in the overall market are happy for the markets to close today. Tomorrow will be interesting as it could be brutal. We do have some Classic Physique mentioned it a couple of times already. There are a lot of events set to come out later this week in the overall market, which I feel like whatever they say is going to be interpreted as bad either way. Come on, ONCS, hit my $3 today. ONCS still making a late run, up 18.5%, 288 as of right now. See, volume is not very high, so there must be just, is it covering? It's a very nice little run up throughout the day. Okay, TRK is staying in this 2-cent range. Most of the day is pretty damn strong consolidation. Impressive in these market conditions, to say the least. Yeah, Zenholder, I am kind of out of I've kind of moved on from TRK, but I know there's still either some people who have positions, maybe a couple of bag holders in there. You know, I I do still think like fundamentally TRK is strong. I think they lost the momentum. I think that's TRK's biggest issue is that they lost the momentum. But hey, I experienced that with COSM, right? I mean, COSM's up 7% today, and I've been waiting like 2.5 months because of the momentum that was killed off the offering. Dude, this bank index does not want to stop going down. This bank index is it's just falling, dude. Holy crap. See. All right, we got 4 minutes left. 4 minutes left. Oh man, this market has been brutal. Overall market, obviously. I know a lot of you guys made some money, so I'm not talking about that, but man, I guess I'm still trying to pick up on how the UVX works a little bit here because I'm still very new to it. So, but from what I've seen on its trading history is that it goes down towards the end of the day, right? Because it's mainly a short term. It's a short term play, so it goes down towards the end of the day, and then depending on how the market is behaving, it will go up. So, but I think this could get interesting because there is. Due to the fact that there's so much short-term volatility that the market is kind of expecting, I think we're going to see a couple of pop-ups throughout the week, maybe the next couple of weeks. I don't really know. I'm just curious to see because this ticker has never really dealt with the type of situation that we're in right now. So FRCE is still at 31. It is coming down towards the end of the day. People seems like selling out, a couple of buying still going on. Charles Schwab did take a dip towards the end of the day, hitting its triple bottom, maybe 51, around $52. Kind of trading around there right now. The bank index has just been bleeding. All right, here we go. ONCS towards the end of the day, 392 for the high, 391 as we have it right now, as it stands. Does seem like there's still some buying pressure coming in on ONCS with only 2.5 minutes left to go within the market. Take your profits, people, especially in this market. Take your profits. This is not a situation where if you're playing a risky play or a risky ticker, this is not the market to hold out on any rebounds because the rebounds will be far and few between. Especially with, I mean, Jesus Christ, bro. The more our officials talk, the more things get wonky, right? Because they say something, like half the people are like, that's a terrible way of looking at it, right? And then other people react to their reaction, and it's just yeah, this day sucked. Yeah, slang reality. It's been a tough day today. I would say generally in the overall market, I don't want to get like too, because there are people in real world situations as of right now who are really struggling, like actually struggling, right? Like, For us, it's kind of just like a bunch of numbers on a screen as of right now. But okay, the UVXY making a late day run. Come on, baby. Get me back over $100. Let's get this. Still have a long ways to go on that, but maybe after hours will be very nice to me. There we go. Market close. Ding, 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 ding. All right, let's see what happens from here because it's going to get interesting. All right. Oh, wow. FRC making a little comeback after hours up to $32. Charles Schwab also going up. I guess people are buying the dips. And there we go. All right. I'll stick around for a little bit, see how after hours goes here. I think most people are kind of just like, they're not really in the mood for a lot of this stuff right now, especially with how the market's acting. Maybe something on Twitter, something can kind of give us enlighten. Maybe something happened. I imagine there's always something that has happened. People wrapping it up for the day. Thank you for everyone who did stop by. I'll still be on for a little bit, but I know there's a couple of people who planning on leaving as the market closed, which is fair enough. No new developments as of right now really within the market from what I can see. While FRC is trying to push itself back up to 32.50. Charles Schwab to 52.18, not much after hours. FRC up to $33 after hours. It is moving up 5%. 32.80. Glad I held my wall. WAL? Is that what you're talking about? Wall? I don't know. FRC trying to push over $33. Western Alliance. Oh boy, damn. I feel like Kevin Hart right now. God damn. $10X is up to $68 or 68 cents after hours. Did move up a little bit. Mara MARA up 3 cents after hours. What about Ape? How's Ape doing? Ape is crap. Didn't realize Ape did tap off the 180. Currently 175 after hours. Any other big movers going on here right now? Bond Natural Life I bought into this a couple of days ago and I sold out this morning for a quick profit. SOBR. I know someone was talking about that the other day. I forget what it was. Was that one of my tickers? Maybe. Swag down 7%. SELB. I know people were talking about that the other day. ATXI up. It did move up today. IKT up 12%. CDU struggling with 0%. TNXP. This is another ticker people were talking about. Not everything here is. Wow. AI down to $21. Holy crap. Took a fat nosedive the other day. Didn't even notice that. Anything else? SGRP. Yeah, moved up a little bit. LTech trading sideways. Black Box. I know people were talking about this ticker. Wow, it tapped 66 cents this morning. Interesting. All right, let's go back to the bank watch list. SQQ trading around the same level at close. SVM. So gold, silver play with some precious metals attached to it, doing pretty well. QQQ making a little comeback after hours. FRC getting slapped back down to 31.46 after hours. Did try to push $33 on the closing. Charles Schwab 52.25. Interesting. Bank index. I believe the bank index is the bank index closed. I think so. Yeah. I think a lot of those close after hours at some point. Yeah, I'm gonna be looking at Twitter in the background a little bit. Let's see. Bank crash is trending on Twitter, which is generally not a good sign. I'm surprised they even allowed these banks to trade after hours. Well, we were talking about this earlier slaying reality. I think one of the big issues with the what you're now going to start seeing is you're going to start seeing people who or you're going to see market makers and the people who run the market. They're going to try to halt these tickers on the way down. But personally, for me, I don't think that is good in the long run, right? I think all it does is it just pents up the inevitable sort of price action. All right, let's take a look. We'll put ONCS on this one. ONCS closed at 289. COSM trading sideways. So we got any other tickers that we really want to take a look at here? We got the UVXY down a percentage after hours 628. Did manage to tap 638 right before the close. I bought some TTO for their earnings. I know people have been talking about that ticker for the last couple of days, weeks essentially. Wow, yeah, pushed up. Wow. Up 3% after hours. Nice. ALBT. Don't really remember that play. Let's see. Grill back down to 120. Buru. Wow, Buru took a hit. That's a play I got to keep my eye on. STSS also down. FLXS. Vox down 9 up after hours 4%. CCI. That was a ticker that we did look at, but not really interested in. HUBC. I saw a lot of hype over the weekend on this ticker, but it did go down 12% on the day. Did manage to tap 167. Down up about a penny after hours. HLGN, I know people are also looking at this ticker. Nothing much here. Peggy the Pineapple. I think this could be a good play at some point. 191. It did break below my line that I drew. Zelb 77. I know people are also talking about this. BFRI. I forget what BFIR was. I'm not sure if that was my ticker or someone else's. Tanks pumping. All right, let's take a look at tanks. Okay, it's up almost full 6 cents after hours. Did have a nice little pop up. I know people have been trading that all day. ONCS on its way down 3 pennies. UVXY still going down 8 cents. TTTO, it's moving up very nicely as of right now. Did hit 60 cents for a brief second. Tanks is pumping. Let's we'll just pull up tanks overall. Do we got any movement coming in here? Volume is somewhat low after hours, but it hasn't been. The volume has been crazy all day. Wow. Wow, did hit low 45 the other day. Could be seeing that something on like TRKA. Wow, look at that. Wow, look at that volume. Nice little reversal. Looks like very nice actually on the 4 hour daily. Daily looks nice. Volume has come back in. What's up, Tim Olson, Billy Vin? How are you guys doing? On the daily, it is still moving up. Volume did come in. Wow. Definitely people looking to buy 10x. I know it's a CTB play, so people are very hype about that play. Not a play that I am in. I'm simply putting it up just for the people who are looking in. Looks like a TTO earnings beat. That's how we do it on that like button. Thank you, Henry. Yeah, if you guys haven't and you've come in, I would much appreciate the like button. $10x free flow at 8.7 million. Goodbye. Yeah, and card again. I'm kind of playing the more broader market as of right now. I got my own tickers I'm looking at. Do have FRC, wow, 32.30. Did make a little comeback. I know it was pumping up, trying to hit the 33 at the end. Boy or Boar, First Republic Bank, FCR, PRI. I don't really know what that is. I actually don't even know why that's on my list. Delete that. Charles Schwab, up about 24 pennies. Dude, I mean, the bank index down 10% towards the end of the day. This is crazy. Done. 10x free float. Yeah, okay, already read that. Berkshire on its way down towards close. SPY trying to climb back up. Been a very interesting day today. Very, very interesting. Oh, boy. Oh, Tim Olson, you're Swedish. Oh, shit. I'm doing good, bro. Sweden. Have you ever been to the good old Netherlands? My family's from there. Amsterdam. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not that big a fan of Sweden because people think that I'm like, because I'm quote unquote Scandinavian from the Netherlands. People always assume I'm Swedish. They're like, "Oh, you're Swedish." No, I'm not. Ball dropped to 798. I can't believe I missed that. Yeah, dude. BRC pretty much did the same thing. Like, a lot of these banks took a fat hit, but I mean, dude, let's be real. There's gonna be more opportunities tomorrow, so I wouldn't sweat it. I definitely missed on the UVXY. I'm hoping that there's still some more action tomorrow. I know there's a lot of speculation still out there. We got people talking tomorrow. Data is going to be released throughout the week, so still a lot yet to come, guys. A lot of things on sale. I'd also be careful. I know the Fed is trying to bail out a lot of these companies as of right now. That doesn't always necessarily mean it's a good thing, right? I mean, we have the taxpayers bailing out these companies, even though Joe Biden essentially claimed, no, we're not going to do that. They are getting bailed out. Yeah, man, but again, I've mentioned a couple of times already, I don't think that necessarily indicates anything good. I don't think that's something to hold thousands of dollars on. Zoom has earnings on the 15th, penny stock to watch. Fair estimate value is 49 cents. Father Sponge, what's up, bro? Hey, y'all, was super busy today. Y'all make some good money. Well, Father, there was definitely a lot of opportunities within the market. I know Liquid, he made a nice little 100%er on the day with one of the bank runs. Banks dropped massively in the opening hours, did make a comeback overall. I'm taking a look at shorting the overall market in general as of right now on the smaller account. There's also some people who did lose some money, so I don't know. It's a bloodbath, a lot of uncertainty going around within the market. BR or FRC did drop down to $27 at some point. It's been a very confusing back and forth. Wow, dude, what the frick? Holy crap. Schwab just took a dip down to like 50. Wow. When did that occur? Wow, some massive selling occurred. Interesting. I guess I got to keep close around these banks right now. See, FRC working its way back up, 31.50. Man, oh man. Charles Schwab back up a whole percent after hours. Man, look at Bank of America volatility moving back up to the 29 cents, dropping back below the 28.50 to our $29 back to the 28.50. Sorry, misspoke there. Citigroup. Yep, Citigroup. I don't even know. JP Morgan trading sideways after hours. SPY is still struggling a little bit. QQQ kind of just sitting there. Not a lot of volume. I think people are kind of worried about moving their money after hours. Not exactly sure what's going to happen. Tomorrow will be very interesting. Very, very interesting. I think a lot of the speculation. Watch Wall tomorrow. Western Alliance. Oh, you know what? Actually, let me add this to my bank watch list. Slaying Reality. I forgot to add it. I've been trying to add all the banks to this watch list to kind of keep track of or anything to do with the overall market. It's kind of like a general market watch right now, as we do have a sort of a lot of volatility within the market. I added it, so you don't need to worry about that. Still down 40%. Yeah. I'm not taking too much indications with that though. Not yet. Not yet at least. FRC. FRC does look like it wants to take a little bit of a lower dip. Wall is going back down. 25.40 down 3% after hours. Charles Schwab slowly climbing its way back up after hitting that $50 mark. Wells Fargo still trading sideways after hours. Bank of America up slightly. A lot of volatility in Bank of America, kind of yo-yoing back and forth, which is never a good sign for a bank, obviously. WGS earnings tomorrow. Shares are down. Is this a bank? Is this a bank? Please tell me it's a bank. Gene DX Holdings, 36 cents. Wow, it dropped to 28. Oh, okay. Yeah, not a bank. But we're gonna see a lot of action tomorrow, guys. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna wrap up the stream for now. I got some things to do. I know the market has been brutal. Thank you guys so much for watching the stream today. I know there are a couple of people out there who subscribed. I really do appreciate if you did subscribe. I'm trying to get my channel above 1,000 subscribers. I'm more than halfway there, so I really appreciate that. Also, thank you to all the likes, all the people that talked in the chat. Really do enjoy that. Makes the stream a lot more fun when you got people engaging with you, people talking with you, that type of stuff. I will probably be back tomorrow. I got my UVXY I'm still holding. I want to see. I think there's going to be a lot of volatility within the market tomorrow. So I'm still going to essentially be shorting the general market. I'm probably going to wake up a little earlier. The daylight or the daylight savings change really screwed up my sleep schedule. So I've been kind of waking up at wonky times, like not times I should be. Like yesterday I woke up at like 10 o'clock or something, and I wanted to wake up way earlier than that. And this morning I woke up already after the market was open, which was not my intention. So I just the recent change in hours and stuff like that has really screwed up my sleep schedule. So, and I haven't been really paying attention to it. So anyways, guys, I really do appreciate you listening to the stream, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Anyways, peace.